السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على نبيه وعلى آله وأصحابه المتأدبين بآدابه. أما بعد. Honorable President, distinguished judges, and dear friends, the government of India and some of our media houses are sensationalizing the matter of triple talaq and polygamy in ways that it looks as if triple talaq and polygamy are widespread practices among Indian Muslims, whereas the facts suggest otherwise. I would humbly put here some facts against the perceived myth surrounding the issue of polygamy. Dear listeners, in Islam, polygamy is allowed with strict conditions which are difficult to fulfill. That's why polygamy is not widespread practice in Muslim society in the whole of Indian subcontinent. A very few Muslims get married to more than one wife. Sometimes it is even done as per the wish of the first wife, or at least with mutual desire. Some of them do so because of the need, such as first wife is suffering from chronic disease, or because of the wish of having either a child or a male child. Sometimes, in some region, the male population decreases and the female population may increase above normal. During the times of wars, it is more frequent. As a matter of fact, after the First World War in Germany, were 4 or 6 women for one man, then German women advocated that men should get married more than one woman. In such cases, polygamy served to protect women from the prostitution, to provide them with warm home, and to guard fatherless children. Unlike above all mentioned reasons, a very few of them may practice polygamy with wrong intention too. It is not a fault of law, but it is their personal crime if they oppress their first wives after getting married to other women. Highly intellectual audience, it's very important to note that those who are not allowed constitutionally to practice polygamy are more polygamous than Muslims. How many Indians actually polygamous? The exact data on the subject is hard to find today, primarily because the 1961 was the last one to look at marriages by religion and community. That survey in fact found that incident of polygamy was the least among Indian Muslims, with just 5.7% of the community likely to practice it. Hindus actually had a higher incident rate of polygamy at 5.8%. All the other communities, including Buddhists and Jains, were proportionally even more likely to practice it. 7.9% of the Buddhists and 6.7% of the Jains are polygamous. At the top were tribals, 15.25% of whom were polygamous. Dear listeners, contrary to the myth of the government, this data makes crystal clear that polygamy was the least among Indian Muslims. Dear brothers in Islam and honorable judges, a myth is being well propagated with all pomp and show by the government of India and a few feminist smokers that polygamy is un-Islamic and the Quran does not permit it. Hence, with the reference to Hindustan time, the government told the Supreme Court on the last Monday, 10 April 2017, triple talaq and polygamy practiced by many Muslims are not sanctioned by Islam. Urging the top court to declare these practices unconstitutional, the government asserted that they affected the fundamental rights of Muslim women to live in dignity and without any security, unlike women of other religions in the country. While the glorious Quran says, وَإِنْ خِفْتُمْ أَلَّا تُقْسِطُوا فِي الْيَتَامَى فَانكِحُوا مَا طَابَ لَكُم مِّنَ النِّسَاءِ مَثْنَىٰ وَثُلَاثَ وَرُبَاعَ فَإِنْ خِفْتُمْ أَلَّا تَعْدِلُوا فَوَاحِدَةً. And if you fear that you will not deal justly with the orphan girls, then marry those that please you of other women, 2 or 3 or 4. But if you fear that you will not be just, then marry only one woman. Surah Nisa, chapter 4, ayah 3. In the same surah, ayah number 1 to 9, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَلَن تَسْتَطِيعُوا أَن تَعْدِلُوا بَيْنَ النِّسَاءِ وَلَوْ حَرَصْتُمْ فَلَا تَمِيلُوا كُلَّ الْمَيْلِ فَتَذَرُوهَا كَالْمُعَلَّقَةِ. Ye are never able to do justice between your wife, even if it is your ardent desire, but turn not away from one woman altogether, so as to leave her hanging in the air. From these two ayats, we can draw the conclusion that polygamy is not an essential in Islam, but a permission that can be used when the extraordinary conditions are present. However, if the government really wants to empower Muslim women and give them justice in India, as our Honorable Prime Minister Mr. Narendra Modi has been campaigning in UP election, then I think it should come out with some doable policies. Number one, it may give reservation to Muslim women in job and education. They will be gradually empowered in real sense. Number two, it may prevent misuse of drugs, which is a major cause of oppression for all women, including Muslim women. Number three, it should urgently endorse a law on prevention of communal rights, where Muslim women are proven to be the most affected victims time and again. Here I wind up my speech, thanking you all great people for paying heed to my words. Thank you so much and have a nice day.